Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with a huge book haul. Actually, I think I'm going to separate it in several different book hauls because I do have quite a few books. Haven't done a book haul since March and we're now July, and there was a ton of books that were released that I wanted to get. So let's get started. Some of them I've read already, some of them I haven't. So the first one, this I just got it like last week. It's called The Kiss Quotient by Helen Huang. And this is a contemporary romance. I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5-star. It's about a girl who has autism and she doesn't, socially she struggles. So she hires this guy who's an escort and gets him to teach her how to be, boyfriend, girlfriend. I absolutely loved it. 5-star. I think I read it. Well, I read it under 24 hours. Really good. Got that. Then I got this. This I got at Book Outlet. This too I've already read. First and Then by Emma Mills. She's quickly becoming one of my favorite authors. I won't give too much of a synopsis for every book because I have too many books, but this is a contemporary romance. Gave it 5 stars. Also 4 or 5 stars, 4.5, something like that. Then another thing that you'll see in this book haul is a lot of books that Reagan from Peruse Project said to read. I get the entire collection or book series. So the first book is The Thief, and there was 4 more books. I don't know if the other one is here, but I did buy 4 more books. I think there's 5 books in the series, maybe 6. So they were on Book Outlet, super cheap. They don't all match because some of them are paperback, some of them, this one is hardback, but that's okay. It's a fantasy and I can't wait to read it. Then again, Reagan said that Scythe and Thunderhead were really good, so I got Scythe a while back, and then Thunderhead was at Book Outlet for super cheap. Then this is the 3rd book in the Rick Riordan, The Trials of Apollo. This is The Burning Maze, book 3. I still haven't even started that whole, Magnus Chase and Trials of Apollo, even The Lightning Thief, but I'm getting the books so that when I get to it, because I like to read everything in a row. I don't like to wait for stuff. So if I get a book like this that is part of a series, I'll get it, and then I'll wait till the 3rd one, the last one is almost out, and then I'll start the series. So this one is Lifelike by Jay Kristoff, and I absolutely love the Illuminate files. So anything that he's going to write, I'm going to buy. And this is, I think it has to do about robots and how lifelike they are. Don't know. Jay Kristoff, got it. Amanda Foody, Ace of Shades. I'm not really sure. I know it's fantasy. Wanted to get it. Winter Song, S.J. Jones. I got the first book last year, so I had to get this one too. This is book 2 in the Valiant trilogy. I got the Valiant, and this is the Defiant, and the 3rd one should be coming out. That's by Leslie Livingston. Should be coming out in January, so then I'll be able to boom, boom, boom. But it's like female gladiators. Sounds good. Ashley Poston, Heart of Iron. I think too this, I don't know if this is a standalone. I'll have to look. But she, they said it was like Anastasia in space, so had to get it. This is Honor Among Thieves, Rachel Kane and Anne Aguirre. Not really sure. I know it's a fantasy. A lot of these I got back when I bought them, I read about them and decided I want to buy them, but now it's been a few months, so I don't really remember. But again, I think this is a series, so I'll wait till everything is out. This is the second book in The Flame in the Mist by Renee Ahdieh. So this is book 2, Smoke in the Sun. Again, this is a trilogy. I think this is a trilogy. It might be a duology. I'll have to look. If it's a duology, I can read it right away. And if it's a trilogy, I'll wait till the third one is closer to come out. I know this is more than one book. It's Everless by Sarah Holland. Again, fantasy. The second book is coming out shortly. This, I think, was the one I was the most excited for. When I saw that this was being published, I pre-ordered right away. It's the second book in Hocus Pocus, and it's called And the New Sequel. And there's no dust jacket. Like this, I think this is called like library binding. Like it came out on July 10th. And I guess there's going to be a Disney movie. It's not going to have the original cast, but I just love Hocus Pocus. I watch it every year around Halloween. Love that movie. So when I saw this, I had to get it. So that's another one. And that is, who writes that? It just says Disney. Yeah, it just says Disney. Written by A.W. Jantha. And this is Reign of the Fallen, Sarah Glenn Marsh. Again, fantasy. I think this is a series. This one here is part of the Rand's Ravenspire novels. There was the Shadow Queen, and there's quite a few books. So this is book 3, I believe. It's called The Traitor Prince. It's retellings, so I love retellings. This is a new series by Tamora Pierce. It's called Tempest and the Slaughter. It's a prequel to her other series, which Reagan from Peru's Project said that she loved, which I also bought, which you'll see in another book haul. But this is a new series, so I decided to get it. This one was on Book Outlet, Rebel of the Sands, Alwyn Hamilton. And because the last book was coming out this year, I just got book 2 and book 3, and then that way I can just binge read them. That's how I like to read series. I like to read one, not necessarily like I'll finish this one and start this one, because I usually read 2-3 books at a time, but you know, within the same month I'll start this next book and then I'll keep going. It's orange underneath. It is orange. Okay, so the second one is Traitor to the Throne, and the third one is Hero at the Fall. So disappointed that they don't match, but it is what it is. Then I read How to Love by Katie Cotugno, and I absolutely love that book. So then I went and got a few more books from her. So this is 99 Days, Katie Cotugno, contemporary. I got this, Our Chemical Hearts, Crystal Sutherland. Again, contemporary. I've heard so many people talk about this one. It's a World War II, I believe, historical fiction about 2 women that are not at war, but they're home and what they go through, 2 sisters. And this is The Nightingale. Again, a ton of people said that it was their favorite book of all time. So I got that. I got A.G. Howard, The Architect of Song. This is a retelling of some kind, I think. I've had this for a bit, so. Again, Reagan from Peru's Project, The Shadow of the Wind. Something about a kid that goes to a bookstore with his dad. He gets the last book of this, The Shadow of the Wind. And then all of a sudden the book starts to disappear. And then he notices that his life and the story in the book are the same. And that's from Carlos Ruiz Zafran. And then Dread Nation, which is by Justina Ireland. This is a fantasy book again. Then again, from Peru's Project, she talked about this in her earlier videos, The 13th Tale by Diane Setherfield. So I saw it at Book Outlet, so I got it. These two are, or this one here is a new fantasy. It's already been talked about, you know, turning into a movie. She got all kinds of book deals, and it's a series, so I'm not going to read it right away, but everyone that's reading it seems to be giving it 5-star. It's Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, and it's I know it's based in Africa, so I can't wait to read it, but I'm going to wait till more books are out for sure. This is another one that people seem to be talking a lot about. It's Furyborn by Claire Legrand. This is about two queens. I think it's a blood queen and a silver queen maybe, or blood queen and a white queen, something like that. And they're like hundreds of years apart, and you know how their story goes. So this is also a trilogy, so I'll be waiting. Restore Me. I've already read by Tahar Mafi. I've already read the original trilogy and the novella and everything, and I absolutely loved it. By the way, I'm Team Warner, absolutely. And now she started a second trilogy. Now, as you can tell, I tab my books when I want to read them, how many pages I want to read per day. I was going to read it right away, but then I remembered that this is a new trilogy, and then I'm going to have to wait 2 years to find out the end. So I just put it down, and I'll just wait. Because I don't like cliffhangers. I'd rather grab the next book, and if it's a bad cliffhanger, I can just read it right away. So this is another fantasy, Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. Can't wait to read that too. This is one of my favorite books. It's This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills. Absolutely loved it. Like I said, she's quickly becoming one of my favorite authors. This is totally character-based. It's about a bunch of kids and just their struggles and stuff, but oh my goodness, I love that book. Absolutely loved it. The next book is The Fate Divides. This is the sequel to Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. Haven't read the first book. Again, I'm waiting for the second book to, you know, and third, or now the third, and then I'll read it all at once. And that's what I do, is when I do my goals at the beginning of the year, I pick series that are already done, and then I just binge read them. I read them all in that year. So this is the third book in the Ember in the Ashes quartet. So again, this is only going to come out next June, the last book. So I'm going to wait. Probably next January, I'll start reading the books. January, February, so that I'll be done the third book by June, and then the book will come in, and then I can finish the last book. And I like reading the books and not waiting a year in between too, because then I don't forget about the story. So this I was going to read right away because, you know, I have Caraval, and it was supposed to be a duology, but now there's going to be a third book called Finale, which is going to come out next year. So now Legendary is going to have to wait. So, but I can't wait to read it when the third book comes out. This is the fourth book in the Red Queen series. Now I have the entire series, so now I can read it. So probably that'll be one, absolutely, that will be my series that I read next year, because I've kind of have all my series that I want to read this year. And this one is another Girls Made of Snow and Glass, another fantasy. Quite a few fantasies in here. And then here, the last one for this book haul is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. And I believe this is a thriller, my only thriller in all of that. A lot of them were fantasy. So like I said, that was quite a few books. I don't even know, it must be over 30 books. So I figured that I would do a few book hauls for all the books that I bought, so that the videos are not too long. So that's it, and stay tuned. I'll have probably a couple more book hauls very shortly. So I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.